when things are happening in our life that are outside of our control, we often reach for things that make us feel like we're in control. Things are finite, and I feel that in my body, and it's almost like a physical reminder daily, the nature of the disease that I have. It's just the progressive deterioration of all the muscles in my body. There's no treatment. There's no cure. It just is. The thing that I had to come face to face with was all those years that I had spent bypassing the pain. We often cause ourselves so much more suffering by not accepting what reality is. Only God can meet us in reality, in what is. And so when I am continuing to try and push that away, I'm only causing myself more and more and more suffering. It was easier to talk about God's power made perfect in weakness and still feel strong in a lot of ways. It's another thing to say God's power is made perfect in weakness when you feel utterly incapacitated. Ultimately, my deep prayer, my most honest prayer was, Lord, let me die young. Lord, let me die young. I don't actually want to go through what it's going to be to suffer and to lose my ability to walk or to take care of myself in the way that I'm used to taking care of myself. Like, I did not want to have to need help all the time. I didn't want to have to watch my husband take care of me in ways that feel so vulnerable and lose my independence in that way. I didn't want to have to deal with all of that. And so I think when I finally got honest and was able to say, like, if this is what it means to live, if life for me includes disability, I'm really not so sure I want to live. That's when he met me. That place of honesty. And what he began to do was actually not just say things like, it's all gonna get better, or like, just have hope. What he started to do is show me the beauty and the power and the goodness of who he was. That real life is found in him, not just in what God gives me, but in God himself. That's when things started to change. That's what began to open up my perspective. We think that life is just about like being happy or having fun or getting things that we want, or whatever the things are, when all of those run out and you are at the end of yourself. And it reminds me of Psalm 63 when David says, your love is better than life. And that's what he began to show me, to reveal to me, is like, oh, like, I think I've spent a lot of time treating you in a lot of ways like this cosmic vending machine. If I just put in the right stuff, if I just do the right things, the right amount of things, I'll get out of life what I want. In that season, he led me into discovering that the deepest source of all my desires and all my longings are not all these other things. It's him. It's him. And it allows everything else in my life that is so good to be received as a gift, not as something that I earned and now have to protect or control, but I get to just receive it as a gift and keep coming back to like, oh, but you're the real source. If all this stuff goes away, because all of it does, like all this is going away, all of it. One of the things I get to be so tuned into because of having a disease where all this is constantly going away, it's like it strips everything back and it makes you ask the question of like, what do you really want? What really is life? And what really is satisfaction and hope and love? And it's him. It's him. That's the only place. It's in him. It's in his presence.